Hello, and welcome to Overseas Leafs Report. This is Baldwin Street in Dunedin. It's very steep. So the travels through New Zealand have brought me to the South Island, and likewise the Maple Leafs made their way south through the eastern US. First, they faced off versus the Carolina Hurricanes. Sure, the Leafs started this game looking for a better effort than the last time these two teams played. Peter Mrazek trying to keep the puck out. Just a quick note on the atmosphere inside the Raleigh Arena. So many empty seats, tepid at best. It makes you wonder how many more years before Quebec's patience runs out waiting for a team to arrive, and how long hockey can last in Carolina. Good start for the Leafs, creating chances and directing shots towards the Carolina net. The Leafs' fourth line is rewarded after some good forechecking, and we're keeping the puck in the offensive zone. Ennis gets the goal. Freddie Goat with the assist. Slight challenge for the Leaf, killing off a 4-minute double minor on DeHaan committed by Nylander, but successfully executed. Only 2 shots conceded. So the main threat on the Hurricanes is Sebastian Aho. He came close to tie up the game, but luckily Fred Anderson had to be sharp and make a great save. The Hurricanes tied up in the second on the power play with Hainsey in the box. It was Zaitsev on the ice as a direct result. He ended up being exposed by Justin Williams, the Carolina captain, scoring the goal. Luckily, minutes later, the Leafs capitalized on an own goal, credited to Riley and later to Janssen to establish a 2-1 lead. William Nylander gets called for the hold before the end of the period, and it just shows that he's not completely up to speed yet. Energy-wise, it's just not quite there. Looked like a pretty even game until about 14-11 of the third. It was Nylander who dished the puck over to Marleau to increase the lead. Right after, Carolina started showing some serious signs of fatigue. Tavares sealed the 4-1 win after a good effort controlling the puck by Mitch Marner. So from there, the Leafs cruised along, even though they fell behind in the shots department. So it's a pretty good effort overall. Several positives. The Leafs still haven't lost 3 in a row, reinforcing some consistency. Looking forward to the rest of the games in Florida, which coincides with the Leafs' mom's trip. A lot of photos emerged before the game of the Leafs with their moms and just the moms themselves taking group photos. So I was personally very excited for the matchup versus Tampa Bay. A lot of people calling this a statement game. The Leafs start hot, ring a 2-on-1 shot off the crossbar within the first minute by Kapanen, but after that it's quickly Tampa Bay setting up their own routines at home. Luckily, the Leafs capitalize on a non-call versus Hedman, plus a blatant giveaway by Kucherov. Kapanen shows great patience to get the Leafs' first goal. Lots of momentum going the Leafs' way as Kadri draws a power play after getting clipped by a high stick in the defensive zone. But it's the Lightning who get a timely shorthanded goal. You can ask Nylander to explain that one. This is where Vasilevsky starts making his crazy saves, first, second efforts. Don't expect any rust from this guy coming back from injury. In the second, with Tampa Bay on the power play, what looked like a great read and save by Anderson turned out to be reviewed and changed to a goal by Kucherov. It's ultimately the right call, but Anderson's so-called great save is now a Tampa Bay goal, further putting the Leafs behind. Leafs get their own power play right after, came close on more than one occasion. Vasilevsky was making crazy saves protecting the goal line. Interesting moment with a scrum in front of the Tampa Bay net that leads to 2 Leafs players quickly outmanned by Lightning players. I saw the defense stay back there. First, I was shocked that no one else from the Leafs jumped in. Once it was all sorted out, it led to a Leafs power play after a confusing combination of penalties. So I guess that's a situation where the restraint is rewarded. Leafs dominated play in the second period, shots-wise, but it was Vasilevsky playing spoiler. Dramatic end to the period with Tampa Bay getting 2 goals against the flow in the last minute of play. Killorn and Tyler Johnson just killed the Leafs' chances there. Leafs couldn't get any goals to count in the third, and Vasilevsky just kept doing his thing. Sadly, it's another disappointing loss for the Maple Leafs versus a divisional rival that the Leafs are chasing. They actually played really well here and just ran into a super hot goalie making great saves. However, the brief moments where the Leafs dropped equated to Tampa Bay capitalizing on the chances. So if you're looking for areas to improve, I'd isolate those key moments. It's crazy to think that the Leafs ended up on top 49-21 when it comes to shots on net. I've seen the reverse way too many times. So the Leafs slip over to Sunrise, Florida for a matchup versus the Panthers. Funny to see Brian McCabe in charge of the puck drop, given how he was comically chirped on Overdrive earlier in the day. Lots of blue and white sweaters in the stands, either fans based in Florida or making the trip down. Pretty easy to get tickets, I imagine. Hyman returns from suspension, so it's Gauthier sitting this one out. It's a pretty even first period with teams feeling each other out and matching shots. Almost midway through, Hyman gets pushed into Luongo and that knocks him over. Prompts Yandel to fight, sort of. The refs break it up pretty quickly. Somehow it's Florida who emerges with a power play. Hyman's mom is fired up from seeing her boy get physical. The Leafs killed that penalty off pretty easily. Soon after, Nylander gets a breakaway, but Luongo makes a great glove save. Leafs get burned with a too many men call and it looks like they'll manage to kill it off, but Barkov pots one with 2 seconds to go, so Panthers will start the second with the lead. They kept control and started pulling away in the shot department. Kapanen was hurt after a late knee-on-knee hit from Brouwer, comes back, but he picks up a penalty on his first shift. That's where Florida increases its lead to 2 goals. It's a great shot up high by Huberdeau. It's kind of funny to hear Jimmy Eat World as the Panthers goal song. Leafs gifted a great chance to come back after a player named Uyghur basically melts down and loses all composure. It's 2 minors plus a 10 for slamming his stick and hitting the linesman. So Leafs get a full 4 minutes to work with the man advantage. So there's some good chances, mainly off nice individual efforts, but nothing sustained, and nothing gets past Luongo. Right after, another power play created by Marner's strong possession. Nothing again. Still hoping for somewhat of a miracle comeback in the third. Luongo looks like he'll be hard to beat though. The line shuffling begins to create new offensive options. You can't fault the Leafs for trying, but a lot of the plays just looked a tad off. Finally, the Leafs break through at 10:24 with a Tavares deflection that ends up in the net. High fives all around in the mom sections. The players on the ice are all motivated. Should be a good finish. Leafs pressing and forcing the Panthers to ice the puck often. Shots coming from everywhere. And it's Marner that gets a great shot beating Luongo. Leafs have done it. We're tied. 2-2. His mom's super proud with the floss. Just as I exhaled, within the same minute as the Leafs have scored, Barkov rips a low shot stick side to restore the lead immediately. Leafs pull the goalie. Marner snaps another great shot, so we're tied 3-3. Goalless for 13 games, but now he's scored 2 tonight. I'm about to have a heart attack, and we're heading to overtime. Late in the overtime session, though, it's Barkov again, buries the winner, his first career hat trick. He was all over this game, and on the ice for a crazy 26+ minutes as the top Panthers forward. So it's not been the greatest stretch for the Leafs. I'd say going all the way back to the game in Minnesota, which they won, but not entirely deserved. Maybe the Carolina game being a favorable outlier. I'd expect some power play adjustments in the coming days, and I wouldn't be entirely surprised to see Garrett Sparks in nets for the game versus New Jersey. After that, there'll be a home for a stretch of games until Christmas. That's hopefully when you see me again around Boxing Day. Thanks for viewing, and especially the loyalty shown by repeat viewers. Happy holidays! This week's bonus footage is of St. Clair Beach just outside of Dunedin. Beautiful waves on the Pacific, and I hope you're enjoying the winter wherever you are.